Hi. See this flippy move? You 100% saw that in your SmackDown games. This is Chaparita Asari, and modern Joshi high-speed style can be traced right back to her. Hi, I spin a wheel for my community based on their suggestions and then talk about that match. Today's match is Chaparita Asari versus Rie Tamada for the WWWA Super Lightweight Championship in AJW 1996. March 6, 1996. The top movie at the box office was a childhood favorite of mine, The Birdcage, starring Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Gene Hackman, and a notable supporting role with Hank Azaria as Agador Spartacus. But in wrestling, the WWF champion was Bret Hart, the WCW champion was Ric Flair. Still no WWF women's champion to talk about on these. But in December of 1995, Chaparita Asari would make her WWF debut on Monday Night Raw against Aja Kong in the infamous match where Kong did this and broke Asari's nose. This has often been reported as being the reason Vince McMahon halted the women's division, and that might have played into it, but the major reason was Alundra Blaze dumping the title in WCW. That effectively killed the division. On this episode, you got to see Chaparita Asari hit the innovative Sky Twister Press for the first time on American cable TV, years ahead of time. That right there accurately describes the entire 90s Joshi scene. Years ahead of their time. Chaparita Asari was initially rejected from pro wrestling training in AJW due to her not meeting the size limit of 5'3". Now, hearing this today might sound funny, because it is funny, just from the sheer vast amount of Joshi who would be barred from wrestling today. An entire subculture of goblins held back people, but Chaparita Asari would open the gates for the Meisurugas of the world and be held as the Goblin Queen for all goblins to look upon by lying on her application that she was actually tall. Asari's gymnastic background would end up impressing the officials, and they accepted her as a rare case. She broke barriers, not just because of her size, but with her style being so far ahead of her time. Her innovative Sky Twister Press was being done in the era of moonsaults. Her style is the root of what modern Joshi high-speed wrestling has become. A true pioneer in wrestling, not just women's wrestling, but all of wrestling. Today, Chaparita Asari is defending her WWA Super Lightweight Championship against Rie Tamada. Tamada went to a time-limit draw in Asari's second and third pro wrestling matches, and they would wrestle each other in singles matches a total of 41 times. This match wasn't a classic encounter by any means, but it's one where you can see Asari's style in action. And it's similar to watching 1970s footage of older bands in action, where you can hear the roots of some of your favorite bands on display. It's not going to be smooth or well choreographed. The style was far more dropkick spans than you ever think would happen in a match, and the occasional high-speed move, but you could still see where a wrestler like Azumi was birthed from. Without Chaparita Asari, so many of my favorite wrestlers are doing something else entirely, and life is just not as interesting. Anyways, Chaparita Asari looks like a fucking Power Ranger and eventually hits her glorious moves. She finally lands her amazing finisher, the Sky Twister Press. Now, because she was a pioneer in her style, there weren't anyone to really pair her against long term, so the title was strictly her title. After AJW would declare bankruptcy, Chaparita Asari would also help pioneer a trope that would help keep women's wrestlers fed and working in Japan. Freelancing. She would bet on herself and work without a corporate banner above her, paving the way for many like her to make a living without gatekeepers. Her existence and innovation changed the course of pro wrestling. Alright, now let's spin the wheel with more exciting matches as recommended by my community. Remember, you can always add a match to the wheel so long as it's 90s and Joshi. If it's a repeat match, it will just increase the percentage it gets chosen. Oh, Devil Masami vs. Mayumi Ozaki from 1993, and it was subtitled for me as The Horror One. Oh, so scary. See you next time.